Explore the unseen.
For centuries, we have looked to the stars and been silenced by their beauty. We've seen galaxies spiral like celestial paintings and nebulae bloom like cosmic flowers. We call ourselves visual creatures, believing that to see is to understand. But what if our greatest strength has also been our greatest limitation? What if all these breathtaking images, all this light we can see, is just a single sentence in an infinite cosmic story? The truth is, the universe is broadcasting on countless channels, and our eyes are only tuned to one. The vast majority of reality is written in invisible light, in the energetic fury of X-rays, the sweeping waves of radio signals, the ancient glow of radiation. To rely only on sight is to try and capture an entire ocean in a teacup. We are missing almost everything. But what if we could learn to listen? What if we could translate this silent, invisible data into a language our ears can understand? This is the revolutionary science and art of sonification. It's not about recording sounds from the vacuum of space. It's about translation. It's about taking the raw, cold numbers of the cosmos and turning them into a living, breathing symphony. In this world, every piece of data becomes a musical note. A scientist, like a composer, can decide that the brightness of a star dictates its pitch or its distance determines its volume. The very texture of a sound can tell us what a cosmic object is made of. Suddenly, complex charts and graphs transform into audible patterns, into melodies that tell a story that sometimes can only be heard. And it all began with an annoying hiss. In 1932, a physicist named Carl Jansky was troubleshooting a transatlantic telephone system when he noticed a persistent, strange static. He traced this sound not to any earthly source, but to the very heart of our Milky Way galaxy. That accidental act of listening to cosmic interference gave birth to an entire new field, radio astronomy. An unwanted sound opened a new door to the universe. But perhaps the most dramatic story of hearing the cosmos comes from one of humanity's greatest journeys. As the Voyager 2 spacecraft flew through the rings of Saturn, engineers on Earth were horrified. The visual data they were receiving was just static. A blizzard of noise. They were flying blind, and they had no idea what was happening to their billion-dollar probe. That's when a scientist named Donald Gurnett decided to stop looking and start listening. He sonified the incoming data, and suddenly, through the noise, a terrifyingly clear sound emerged, a staccato rattle like a machine gun. Ping, 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 ping. That sound told them everything. Voyager was being pummeled by thousands of tiny micrometeoroids every second, a fatal storm that was completely invisible to their instruments. The sound saved the mission. It proved, beyond a doubt, that our ears can sometimes perceive a truth that our eyes completely miss. Today, thanks to sonification, we have a front-row seat at the cosmic concert. We can listen to the steady, rhythmic pulse of a pulsar, the collapsed heart of a dead star, spinning hundreds of times a second, its radio beams sweeping past us like a lighthouse, creating a perfect metronomic click. We can hear the deep, eerie hum of the supermassive black hole at the center of the Perseus galaxy cluster, a note so profoundly low, 57 octaves below middle C, that scientists had to raise it by quadrillions of times just for it to enter our range of hearing. We can even listen to the very beginning of time by sonifying the afterglow of the Big Bang, the cosmic microwave background. We are hearing the first sounds that ever echoed through the infant universe. The pitch and loudness of these primordial notes act as a fundamental recipe, telling us the exact ingredients of our cosmos, how much ordinary matter, how much dark matter, and how much dark energy it contains. We are, quite literally, hearing the recipe that created everything. This power to listen isn't just for looking outwards, it's also helping us understand our own home. Scientists are now sonifying data on climate change, ocean temperatures, and Earth's own magnetic field. They are listening to our planet's heartbeat to diagnose its ailments, turning sterile graphs into living, urgent warnings. Our ears possess a superpower we often take for granted. Our brains are masters of pattern recognition, capable of picking out a single voice in a crowded, noisy room, the cocktail party effect. This same ability allows scientists to hear a faint, meaningful signal buried within an avalanche of cosmic noise, a feat that can sometimes stump even the most powerful computers. But this journey is only just beginning. Sonification still faces hurdles. There is no universal standardized language for turning data into sound, making it difficult to compare results. And a degree of skepticism remains in the scientific community, with some viewing it more as an artistic outreach tool than a serious research method. The future, however, is bright, and it's powered by artificial intelligence. AI can act as the ultimate cosmic composer, discovering the most elegant and insightful ways to translate data into music, hearing patterns that we would never think to listen for. Imagine, in the future, a scientist not just looking at a screen, but holding a three-dimensional printed model of a galaxy, feeling its structure while listening to the song of its stars. Imagine walking through a virtual reality environment and hearing the subtle dip in a star's light as an undiscovered world passes in front of it. We are on the verge of a perceptual revolution. Sonification reminds us that to truly understand reality, we cannot limit ourselves to a single sense. The universe is full of secrets, waiting for us to find the right way to perceive them. For millennia, we have stared at the silent heavens. We are only now learning to listen. And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? If this is what we can learn just by opening our ears, what other cosmic truths lie waiting, hidden from our current senses? What entirely new ways of knowing are out there, waiting for us to discover them?